All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Here we are.
The map is going to be Testbug, and we have Fnatic Rain spawning as our green Terran in the bottom left-hand corner. Over on the right-hand side, we have his opponent, the blue Terran, NamhciR. Now, I don't know if NamhciR's style is really going to match up against Rain all that well.
Why do you say that, Peonies, or why?
Just the lack of, like,
Macro?
straightforward macro, and I feel like Koreans are so good at dealing with a lot of that QT.
Because they do that all the time on ladder.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, like, not only are they super good at dealing with cheese, at least, like, the best Koreans, they're super good at dealing with cheese. They've seen it all, and they macro.
Yeah.
So, like...
The thing about Koreans is they macro while they're playing, like, on the battlefield.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, I mean, me and you, like, at our best, like, while we're microing, we let our minerals kind of stockpile up, and then we jump back to base. I think a Korean is able to do that a lot faster than we are.
Absolutely. I mean, they can do a lot of things a lot faster than we can.
What is it with them, man? How do they do it so much faster than us?
They play a lot, dude. That's all it is. I don't think they're inherently faster. They play so much that they just get really, really good. Yeah. That's all it is.
Well, it does look like Rain is going to be one basing for now, of course, and he's going to be getting the barracks inside the main. It is Testbug, like you pointed out before. Interesting little three-player map. I like this map. And wow, NamhciR once again going for that very fast gas before barracks. But only one SCV mining the gas. Two SCVs mining the gas. Now's the third SCV.
So in TVT, that's not that uncommon to get a super quick factory or a super quick Banshee. There's a number of things you can do with gas first. Your command center is going to be a little bit delayed. Now here we have Rain getting a slightly later gas.
Oh.
I think somebody lagged.
I think somebody's just lagging, yeah. I don't think he's talking to NamhciR.
Nope.
He's probably just saying get out because it's lagging. Get out because I must all kill now.
Pretty much.
Yep. Well, it does look like Rain is going to get in here and he's going to start harassing that SCV, but the barracks should get up in time. I don't even think NamhciR needs to pull an SCV off. But, yeah, there goes the barracks. And it does look like Rain is going to go ahead and be a gangster, steal 5 minerals. Is he going to be able to get it home?
Yoink.
Yoink. And he's going to be able to bring it home.
I think he's going to be able to get out of there. And here we have a Reaper coming from Rain, and this could actually do a lot of damage. I think Rain figured out that he went gas first, and he's going to open with that Reaper, because a lot of people will just produce, you know, a Marine or two, and his barracks is going to be so much later that the Reaper could potentially do a lot of damage.
I agree with you totally. So the Reaper is on the way right now. It's almost finished. And Rain, for now, just mining off of one gas. We'll see where he goes with his additional gas later on. Same situation for NamhciR. He actually has 2 gas mining here, but he is going into factory. And let's see if he goes straight into starport. That'll be interesting to see because, you know, there's 2 options. You can go for the mech right away, or you can go right into the air. And we do have a Reaper in the middle of the map right now. It did kill off a Marine.
Took a ton of damage, though.
It did take a ton of damage. So I don't think it can hop in and do much more.
And we have a Marine in position, ready and waiting.
But
he knows it.
Rain knows. I mean, he knows he's revealed his Reaper. It's weak in health. There's no way he's going to be able to hop up in the most obvious position. He's going to have to go around the side.
But that one Marine just popped out in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Rallied over there, and he is ready and waiting. He will take out that Reaper immediately.
Very smart play by
Did he
NamhciR.
see the starport?
I don't think he did,
I don't think he did either.
Well,
Are
let's
we
check
gonna
the
have
vision.
Blue Flame?
No. No upgrades out of the tech lab for either player. He's just getting a standard Hellion, no Blue Flame upgrade for now.
There it is.
There it is. So he is going to have the Blue Flame. And I guess he's going to go with Blue Flame, possibly Dropship, maybe a Banshee. We'll see. There is a factory for Rain coming up, and he has a command center and a starport.
Interesting. Now, where are these players both going to take this? I think we're going to have a drop out of
It looks like
NamhciR.
a drop. Yeah, you know, it looks like a drop out of NamhciR, man.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a Blue Flame Hellion drop.
honestly,
yeah.
I think that's his best bet.
Yeah.
If he gets lucky with a Blue Flame Hellion, he could possibly kill the entire mineral line, and he's actually walling off with depots himself, protecting against the Blue Flame Hellion. I kind of like that.
I like it. It's kind of a Kawhi Rice style.
I really like the Kawhi Rice style where you can run the SCVs in between them.
Yeah, you gotta make like a one little diagonal
gap.
That's really smart. We gotta see that more often. Well, here we go. It looks like the Blue Flame Hellions are ready to go with 2 Marines. A Comsat goes down.
Oh, God.
What a beautiful timing on the Comsat from the Korean player Rain. He knows exactly what's going on now. Now the question is NamhciR going to change it up? Is he going to try to drop a different location rather than the obvious?
I mean, he's already invested a lot in this, so
Yeah.
That's the question, isn't it? But this Viking coming out makes things really, really risky for NamhciR. He could potentially lose this dropship and all the units inside as the Viking pops out here.
Yeah, this is so risky.
Rain has all of his units in position.
This could be really bad. I don't know if he should actually even drop at this point. That Viking can chase down the dropship forever. And oh my god, he is just going to go ahead and drop in. But all the forces are ready and waiting. And those 3 Hellions, they do have the blue flame upgrade. Trying to do a little bit of micro, but ends up losing the Hellions while he was microing.
Yeah.
Getting too cute right there.
Keep in mind, Rain has 2 command centers up. The orbital is done. NamhciR is way behind right now.
Yep.
Way behind. That drop did absolutely nothing.
Yeah. They just killed off a couple Marines. And that's it. So I think at this point, Rain is just going to macro up, beast out, and he's going to go and probably go kill
Try and
off.
finish the job?
NamhciR, yeah, just finish it off and go for all kill.
NamhciR swapping into 2-port.
Uh-oh.
Looks like he's going to go with some Sky Terran. This build actually can work out pretty well if you do it right. Get that blue flame. You go mostly Hellion with Viking and Banshee. Sometimes it works out. It really just depends. It depends on if Rain sees it coming, because Rain can also obviously get a reactor on his port and start pumping Vikings out, or he could get, you know, a Thor or 2.
Yep.
Thors really work great against the Sky Terran style.
Absolutely. Well, here comes the Vikings and the Banshees. Sky Terran, as you said before, for NamhciR. And it looks like he's going to try to go in and pop off the single SCV mining move is there. 3 SCVs scared about that. Not going to mine for a while. And in the meantime, nothing going on around the map with Rain. Just got to get the mining going on here, and he should be in a pretty good position. Yeah.
Ooh, it looks like Rain is actually switching into Bio. That's pretty interesting. He's added these 3 racks here. He's not really making anything out of his factory at this point. Not sure if he wants to get some tanks out of there eventually. He's just continuing to build Vikings right now.
Well, I do like the Viking play from both players, and NamhciR really focusing on a lot of air units. He really wants to make sure that he has control of the skies. Looks like he dropped off a couple blue flame Hellions. Gonna try to do some damage, forces to cancel on the turret, and once again camping the mineral line. And this is one nice thing that I like about NamhciR is, you know, he knows he's behind a command center, so he's doing his best with whatever forces he has to prevent Rain from mining here for the most amount of time possible.
There are 2 tanks out now, though, and they will be able to get rid of these blue flame Hellions. There is no dropship to get them out of there.
Oh my goodness, the tank could go down. It does go down. Wow, NamhciR doing a pretty good job here, man.
Yeah, but he just lost the air war.
Yeah.
And without air control, he is going to have to get out of there. He is adding some more Vikings right now into the fray. Continuing to pick off units here.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah, just doing what he can.
Oh no, he lost a Banshee, and he might lose a second one as well. Yes, he will. Definitely not worth it.
No, not at all. Not for a single SCV.
Wow.
What are you going to do, though?
I don't know. He's just trying whatever he can to get back in the game. I mean, one thing that's going good for NamhciR is his supply is only 3 supply under Rain. So he's not too far behind in supply. Let's check the army tab. He's not too far behind in army either. So he's, you know, he's still looking pretty good. But the problem is he doesn't have any tanks at all. Whereas Rain has so many. Rain's got, what, 2 tanks? He's building 1 more to add to the fray. He doesn't quite have, well, he's about to have siege mode. So this is just going to be problems for our blue Terran.
Yeah, without the Banshees in the air and full air superiority, that's what this whole build relies on. You need air superiority, and you need to maintain that. And he's given that up, so he could find himself in a spot of trouble here, especially as these 2 tanks lead the charge and head into the natural. He only has 1 Banshee right now. Nope. Rain actually going to pull back. Doesn't think that his timing window is now. Going to play it patiently.
Yeah, he's just going to pull back for now, wait it out, and I guess, I don't know, he had siege mode. I thought for sure he was going to siege up and try to end the game there. Look at this. 3 ports down. He's adding on a fusion core. What is going on? He's going to try to go for BCs in the middle of the game when his opponent already has a bunch of Vikings. This is very unorthodox.
They're good, though, man.
They are really good.
Especially if you're playing that all Sky Terran style, and I think he's just trying to really throw Rain off, showcase a new style here, and potentially get a win in that regard. But I don't know if it's going to work out. This push from Rain is going to do a lot of damage. I like the turrets in the front to prevent the Vikings from pushing in, but
Eventually,
I don't think he has enough Vikings to maintain air superiority.
Yeah, well, let's count the Vikings right now. Rain has 4 or 5 Vikings, and actually, NamhciR has more Vikings. NamhciR could definitely bust
NamhciR
through.
should be microing his Vikings right now and trying to pick off the opposing Vikings.
But the problem is there's so many Marines waiting down there. That's going to be very problematic for him to try to do that. But he does have more Vikings. So here we are, a couple Vikings actually getting ahead of themselves. Oh, wow, that was pretty bad for NamhciR. And wow, all the turrets are now going down. There's only one turret alive. It is burning to death. And Rain is making that push forward. And Rain is just sniping units left and right,
NamhciR's micro is falling apart. He continuously leaves his Vikings not on hold position, and they're charging in there, you know, trying to take out the Vikings of Rain. But it's not working out for him. He needs to kill Rain's Vikings. And I think he really had an opportunity to do that there. I feel like NamhciR had the lead, and he kind of squandered it.
Actually, NamhciR breaking through here.
Yeah, but the turrets, man. The missile turrets.
Just one turret, man.
That's it.
That's all it takes.
That'll kill a few Banshees.
Very close, actually, between these two players. NamhciR's micro might not have slipped here or there, but at the end of the day, he was able to break a lot of those forces down to only one turret remaining. I mean, if this turret wasn't here, he could have broke the contain.
I'll tell you what, though.
These
two BCs are going to make things interesting a little bit here.
I know, man.
I wonder what Rain's reaction is going to be.
Well, it looks like Rain is going to go ahead and siege up outside here. He really doesn't have that much anti-air to kill with the battle cruiser, which actually is really funny. And NamhciR here is going to try to hold the front door. 2 Banshees trying to kill off those Marauders. The Marauders are hitting the command center. More additional reinforcements arriving. And it looks like that turret is going to go down now. The CC in danger of exploding. And if NamhciR loses his command center, this is just going to be devastating to him. But his battle cruiser is here. Da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. The battle cruiser's here. The battle cruiser's here.
Dude, I love that song, man. And the BC is operational.
Yeah, the battle cruiser's operational.
Now, what's he going to do with his BCs?
I don't know. He's got one only. He doesn't have the second one yet. And I would imagine that Rain is just going to transition to mass Viking production. Look at that. Reactor on the starport. 2 more reactors for more Marines. He's just going to pump a bunch of anti-air. Oh my god, huge engagement here. The battlecruiser taking a lot of damage, but it looks like he's going to have enough to break through. No, he's not! The battlecruiser could go down. He's going to try to micro it out of there. The turret is doing so much damage, and all the SCVs called to repair that BC. Is NamhciR going to have enough to push this back? I think he is.
He might. I don't know, those turrets, dude. That's what's really, you know, mulling him up here. He's unable to push beyond the front of his base. Those tanks are there, just constantly keeping the pressure on, and the BCs really aren't doing what he wanted. He probably wanted to get those 2 BCs out and then do a death push with 2 BCs and a ton of Vikings and 2 Banshees, but he's not going to be able to do that, and he's also not going to be able to take this third.
Yeah, that's because a couple of Marauders are going to come in here and snipe that SCV, and they even going to harass the mineral line as well. So now all the BCs being called back to defend against the 4 Marauders in the main. The Dropship is just going to leave those Marauders stranded there. That isn't very nice at all. But hey, the 4 Marauders did get a lot of kills. Yeah, they're going to go down 7 kills, 4 kills, and 4 kills.
That's more than the invested amount, and more turrets going up outside the front of the natural here. What an interesting TVT, though.
You know, what I really think that NamhciR needs to do is move his BCs and try to cut the reinforcements off and try to make something happen out there, because he's just not going to be able to break these turrets with his forces. It's going to be way too hard.
Yeah, not without siege tanks, and I think he's realizing that now. He does have these 2 tanks.
Oh no, he just lost his second tank. A bunch of Hellion Marines did go down to that Hellion railgun there. Look at them all laying down. But it's just, you know, NamhciR is fighting quite valiantly, I have to admit. He's holding his own against Rain, but it's just, it seems like that snowball is getting bigger and bigger, and it's rolling down the hill and about to smack NamhciR in the face.
Yeah, I totally agree. I don't know how he's going to be able to weasel his way out of this situation, especially after losing those 2 tanks. That might have been his one option, is to get siege tanks of his own up, and then perhaps push him back and get rid of those turrets with tanks of his own. But as it stands, Rain has that third going. It's about to finish. Yeah, finally. Rain actually is one of those players that 2-bases a lot as well. In almost every matchup. He's really good at 2-basing.
Well, we do have NamhciR looking to load up a couple of Hellions. Oh no, that one Hellion getting a little too close. But he is loading 4 Blue Flame Hellions to intercept the command center that's going up. Unfortunately, there won't be any SCVs there, and it doesn't look like Rain has transformed that command center into anything that he's chosen yet. Oh, it is going to be... No, nothing quite yet. Wow.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
and
and
he's
those
gonna
4
buy...
Hellions aren't going to do anything, dude.
He's just going to drop
Oh,
one there.
oh, the reaction time from Rain, so good, man. Pulled those Hellions out immediately, and wow, intercepting that dropship with ease. That's going to be the end of that.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Brutal. Wow. Brutal. And this chokehold on the natural is just really preventing NamhciR from doing anything on the map.
Man.
I mean, he's been playing a defensive style since
Dude, there's only 5
get-go.
turrets, and that does, what, 50 damage per shot, or 100 damage per volley? It's like 20 total. 12. So about 60 or so damage per volley.
12 times 2.
That's, yeah. Those PCs are just eradicated. He needs to use Yamato Cannon, man. Where's the Yamato Cannon? Look, Emil being called down. That is not for BM. That is for legitimate repair.
And now that there's so many Vikings in play, he has 5 Vikings being produced at a time. Let's check out Rain's infrastructure real quick. Oh my
wow.
goodness.
3 starports, 2 with reactors. That makes sense.
Once he takes full-on air superiority here, he's just going to be able to crush through.
Check out the hidden orbital command. It's going to actually land itself right here in the little pocket area. I don't know how much good that's going to do. Wow, what a little engagement here. Is NamhciR going to be able to break through? That's the question I'm trying to figure out here. Is it eventually, at the end of the day, can he bust through this line of Vikings and turrets? Because he's got a lot of battle cruisers. He really does. I think he could do it, man. I don't know. We'll have to see.
There he goes. He's going to try, but Vikings and Marines, I think, are much better than Vikings and BCs, at least in this situation.
Oh my god, those BCs are trying to barrel their way through so much anti-air. Look at how many longbolt missiles are firing on the hull of those BCs, and it looks like another BC is going to go down.
Oh
My goodness.
NamhciR's lost full air control, so Rain can just pick and choose his fights where he wants them. More Vikings going down for NamhciR, and Vikings just streaming in right now for Rain.
Nice micro from both these players. Oh no! Every last Viking has now gone down. Now the SCVs have to repair the BCs. And keep in mind, Rain can out micro BCs with Vikings.
And that looks to be just what he's gonna do. Sniping, taking a few pod shots here and there at the BCs. Command center has been discovered by a few wayward SCVs here.
Called back from the repair. And yeah, I mean, the command center has been discovered, so Rain no doubt is going to send some kind of a squad to dispatch of that. More Vikings coming once again, 5 at a time to reinforce, and eventually this chokehold, this embargo over NamhciR is going to become a straight up invasion.
Trade sanctions.
Yeah, trade sanctions. Trade embargo.
Fully locked down.
Yeah. Eventually it's going to be an invasion.
Oh man, Rain keeping his Vikings real tight right now. Using his
GG.
GG is called, and Rain will take that game.